In this step, we're going to learn how to push all of our committed local changes up to GitHub. And so I'm going to first show you this in GitHub Desktop, but we're actually going to push through Visual Studio Code. And either of these ways works totally fine. So let's go first to GitHub Desktop. In GitHub Desktop, you can push Origin two ways. You can push using this blue button here, or you can push by clicking right here where it says Push Origin. In Visual Studio Code, you would go back to your source panel here on the left, and then you would click this Sync Changes button to push your commits to Origin. And so I'm going to go ahead and push our commits. And you may have a different number of commits than I do just because I had to redo some stuff while making these videos. So no worries if you have a different number of commits, and perhaps you've also done an extra commit or two. So I'm going to go ahead and push these commits to GitHub. And it's synchronizing our changes. And now it should be all set. And if we look back in GitHub Desktop at this point, you'll see that the option to push has also gone away because we have already pushed those local changes back up to GitHub. And so now let's look at our actual repository on GitHub. So we can see here, if I refresh this page, that all of those commits that I made are now being tracked in this GitHub interface on the web. And you can see all the changes that I made over various days when I was working on this. And you can click in here and see when I added things or changed things in my commit history. So this is a really great way that Git is tracking all of the changes that you've made over time, and also what GitHub user is making those changes. In our next step, we're going to be publishing our site using GitHub Actions.